get Coco to eat head first, head to
Alright.
tail. So drag it. Yeah, perfect. Just
There you
like
go, buddy. What's that?
Ooh.
Ooh.
So we can see Coco grabbing onto the head of the mouse. And
There
then
we
very
go.
slowly, bit by bit, Coco's going to work his jaws around the mouse and swallow it whole in one bite. So snake's jaws can open very, very wide. Your jaws and my jaws are connected. My bottom teeth and my top teeth are sort of connected like this. So we can open our mouths like that, but not wider, because they're connected right there. But a snake's jaws are not connected, so they can open their mouths not just like this, but like that. So they can go very wide, and bit by bit, Coco's going to get his cheeks all the way around that mouse and eat it
Wait, there he
all
goes.
in one swallow. Yeah? It takes a little while, but he'll get all the way down. Coco, what are you doing? You're eating it sideways. You're being silly.
Should I?
No, there's no. Last time he ate, he grabbed the tail.
Oh my
which
goodness.
it's kind of my fault. I wasn't really ready. Usually Coco takes a long time to eat, but he's been eating pretty quickly recently. I just didn't have the mouse in the right position. He got the tail and he ate it backwards, and there was nothing I could do about it. There he goes. Now he's in the right position.
He enjoys his meal.
He sure
Very
does,
much.
yeah. So they'll eat that mouse whole, and in about 3 days, that entire mouse will turn from an animal with skin and bones and fur and teeth, and all of that will get digested and turned into snake poop, which kind of looks like bird poop.
Yeah.
So all of the bones, all of the hair, all of the teeth get completely digested. Snakes have a really amazing digestive system. They're like one big intestine surrounded by muscles and ribs. And that's about it. The whole body, yep. So the body of the snake goes right from the head all the way down here to about this point. This is where the tail begins. So the snake poop comes out right there. It takes about 3 days for that mouse to make it all the way through the snake.
Look at that.
So how many mouse of those you can eat a day, usual?
Once every 9 days, they'll eat a mouse.
Once every 9 days?
Yeah, so they don't
That's
eat very
enough
often.
That's enough for him to survive?
Absolutely, and they can eat even less frequently than that. So they get fed pretty often for snakes, one mouse every 9 days. Because reptiles are cold-blooded, they don't make heat for their bodies, they don't use much energy, so they can survive on very little food. They don't move around a whole lot, and all of the heat they get comes from places like that big lamp up there. Now you and I, we are mammals, so we make our own heat, which takes lots of energy. That's why we need to eat 3 times a day rather than once every 9 days like Coco. You can see how he's working his way through that mouse.
He looks
And all the way
hungry.
down, bit by bit. Yeah, so that's his sister in there. That's Striker. And Striker ate just a few days ago, so Striker's still not hungry yet.
Almost.
Actually, Striker's starting to dig a little bit, so maybe after Coco's finished eating. I don't want you to come any closer yet, but after Coco's finished, you can have a look at Striker digging in the dirt. Right now we're staying a good distance back from Coco because do you think if a predator came up to Coco right now, do you think he'd be able to defend himself? Do you think he'd be able to run away really fast? No. So when snakes are eating, they're very vulnerable and they get afraid very easily. So if we get too close and Coco gets frightened and thinks maybe we're a predator coming to hurt him, he'll have to regurgitate the mouse or spit it out. And then we have to start over feeding him right from scratch again. So we're going to keep our distance and make him feel very safe so he finishes eating.
Oh, almost
He's
there.
almost finished. Yeah, he's got the back legs to go, and then the tail. And then it's done. Then we just wait 3 days. We have to clean up some snake poop.
Tail's gonna go down like spaghetti.
Yeah. The first time I fed the snakes, somebody came up at about this point, maybe a little bit later when the legs are in. Someone came up and said, "Oh, that's interesting. Why is the tongue so long and sticking out like that?" To explain. No, that's not a tongue. That's a mouse tail. There we go.
There
What's
it
that?
goes.
Almost finished. Just the tail to go.
Stay back, relax.
Now we'll give Coco a couple of minutes to really get that mouse down into his stomach so that we can put him back safely. You know, that's a good question. I'm not sure exactly where in the snake the stomach is, but you can sort of see the mouse going down the neck. It's a little lump. Now sometimes you see cartoons of snakes eating where they have a big huge lump where they just ate, but these mice that we feed the snakes are not really big enough to make an enormous lump. So it's kind of hard to see where the mouse is, but you can watch it as it goes, and it does it is visible. So right now we can see the mouse just past that bend in Coco's neck. And it'll work its way down, maybe about a third of the body before it really disappears and stops moving.
There it goes.
So that, yeah, now that is actually Coco's tongue sticking out. So here's the mouse in this area right here. Starting to work its way down a little bit lower. See how Coco uses the muscles in his body to sort of make an S curve to help squeeze the mouse down? So he uses his whole body to swallow. Wait just a little bit longer. You see the mouse starting to work down to about, I've got a pointer here. So the mouse is in about that area right now, maybe right there. What's that? Oh, that's my pointer. That's my laser pointer I've got right here. So I can point to the snake without touching it. So I'd say the stomach looks to me to be about in this area here because that's where the mouse stops moving and stops going further into the snake. So I think it's starting to get digested and broken down. So what do you think? Is it time to put Coco back home? No. We need to treat him very nicely from now on until he's finished digesting. We need to touch him. Because he